Okay. So good morning to all. So please check my audio. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, right. Okay, right. So once again, good morning to all. Welcome back to CP1 section 2. In this session, we are going to discuss two topics. The first topic is dictionaries in Python. Second topic is we are going to discuss two topics. The first topic is dictionaries in Python. Second topic is functions. The first topic is dictionary. What is a dictionary in Python? Set of elements stored and accessed by using a key, separated by using comma, enclosed in flower bracket is called a dictionary. Again, I repeat the definition. Set of elements stored and accessed by using a key, separated by using comma, enclosed in flower bracket is called a dictionary. Dictionary is a kind of list. Dictionary is a kind of tuple. Dictionary is a kind of set. The difference is, if you take a dictionary, we can store an item, we can access an item by using a key. If you take a list, a tuple set, we can store or we can access by using index. All of you know about index. There are two types of indexes are there. One is the positive index, start with 0. Second one is the negative index, start with -1. Next important point. If you take the sequence type, list is a sequence type, set is a sequence type, a tuple is a sequence type, but dictionary is not a sequence type. Next important point, list is mutable. List is mutable. Tuple is immutable. Set is partially immutable, but dictionary is mutable. That means we can update, we can add an item, we can delete an item, we can update an item in the given dictionary. That is called dictionary. I'm going to explain through an example here. I'm going to create one dictionary, DAC1 equal to set of elements enclosed in flower bracket is called a dictionary. How we can store the values, how we can store the items by using a key. Now the key equal to 1, the value equal to 1, comma, 2, key is 2, value equal to PWO2, comma, 3, colon, double quotes 3. Now you can see here, x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, x is list. Dictionary is a list. X consists of multiple items. These items are separated by using comma operator, enclosed in square bracket. But when it comes to dictionary is a list. It consists of set of items. It consists of 3 items. Item 1, item 2, item 3. These items are separated by using comma operator. Enclosed in flower bracket is called a dictionary. Next important point, each item consists of 2 components. The first component is called key. Second component is value of the item. Now here one is a key. Now here the string ON is a value. 2 is a key. Then the string TW is a value. 3 is a key. The string THRE3 is a value. Like we can create multiple items into the dictionary. How we can display the dictionary? We can use the same syntax, print, like list, DACT from the code. It will display the contents of the dictionary. One important point here, we can display only keys or we can display only values also. How to display the keys? Dictionary dot keys. We can see here. It will display only the keys. It will display only the keys. If you want to display the values, so dictionary dot values, you can use two methods. Keys method, display the keys for the given dictionary. Values method, display only the values for the given dictionary. If you want to display only the values, you can write values method. If you want to display keys and values both, need not call any method, directly you can use the dictionary name DACT1. It will display keys along with the values. This is called a dictionary. Next important point, functions. Okay, anyone is having idea on functions? What is a function? According to the programming, what is a function? What are the advantages of functions? How we can write a code by using functions? Yes, anyone is having idea on functions? What is a function? Yes.
So, like writing a code, example, it's a sum of two numbers. We can call the function any time in the program.
Okay. Right.
Like that.
Right. Any other answers? What is a function? What are the advantages of functions?
By that, the code will become smaller.
Okay. That means we can minimize the duplication of the code in the given program by using functions, right? We can minimize the duplication of the code by using functions. That is one advantage. Second advantage, modularization. That means divide the program into multiple modules. Why to divide the program into multiple modules? Easily we can manage the code. For that reason, we can go for functions. I am going to give the definition of function. Function is a self-contained block. Function is a self-contained block. Or function is a named block, perform some task, return more than one value. Return one value or more than one value. All of you remember this definition. Function is a self-contained block or named block. Function performs some task, return one value or return more than one value. Okay, it consists of 2 points. If you take C, C++, Java, function is a self-contained block, function is a named block, perform some task, always return only one value. Always return one value. But when it comes to Python, function is a self-contained block, function is a named block, perform some task, return one value or more than one value. That depends on the requirement. That is called function. Function is a self-contained block. Function is a named block. What is a block in Python? What is a block in Python? Set of instructions follows the same indentation is called block. In Python, set of instructions follows the same indentation is called block. But if you take C, C++, Java or any other programming languages. Set of statements enclosed in flower bracket is called block. But in Python, set of statements follows the same indentation is called function. Right, sorry, block. Now, there are two types of functions are there in Python. There are two types of functions. So before going for type of functions, how we can implement the functions first of all? There are two steps to implement functions. There are two steps to implement functions. What are the steps? Step 1, we need to define the function. Step 2, we need to call the function. There are two steps to define the function. Okay. Step 1, we need to define the function. Step 2, we need to call the function. Before the function, a Python program consists of set of instructions. According to the previous classes, a program consists of set of instructions. Now onwards, a program consists of set of functions. Each function consists of set of instructions. Please try to understand this statement. A program consists of set of functions. Each function consists of set of instructions. We can define many functions in one program. Number of functions depends on the requirement. There is no limit to define the functions into the program. Now we are going to discuss how to define a function, how to call the function. I am going to explain through one example. To define the function by using a keyword called def. Def is a keyword that will define the function. Def space followed by function name. So the function name is sample followed by open parenthesis, close parenthesis, then indentation. Def space function name, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, followed by colon. Then we can go to next line. Print double quotes, this is sample function. Now, what is sample here? Sample is a function. It consists of how many instructions? Only one instruction, that is output instruction. What it does? It will display some text on monitor, that is, this is sample. This is called function definition. There are two steps to implement functions. Step 1, define the function. To define the function, use the keyword def followed by function name followed by open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Here, one important point, all of you know about identifier. Identifier may be a variable, identifier may be a function name, identifier may be a class name, identifier may be object name also. Object. Okay. If you define only the name, that is called variable. If you define any identifier followed by open parenthesis, close parenthesis, that may be function definition or call. If the identifier prefix with def, that is called function definition. Otherwise, identifier followed by open parenthesis, close parenthesis is called function call. Now, in next line, I am going to call the function sample bracket, close bracket. Now you can see here. This program consists of two statements. First one is function definition. This is called function definition. What is the function name? Sample. Second one is function call. Function call execute the function body, or function call run the function body, or